just looking at this package that was created by our team in Nigeria, it seems that the retail investor is not very confident towards investing in the Nigerian market. Overall confidence and sentiment is weak after the market crash. Are you experiencing the same kind of negativity, or do you think that this is offering opportunity for those that are brave enough to buy into the market?
Yeah, I think there are opportunities in the market. You know, you have to look at it from the UBA perspective. You know, the true valuations are going to show after a period of time. You know, UBA definitely has a discounted valuation. Owando definitely has a discounted valuation. A lot of companies are trading at discounts right now. So if the bargain hunters are looking, and they're saying if you're brave enough to take that risk, you know, you're going to be rewarded, and you're going to be rewarded heavily. The NSE is taking a lot of steps and a lot of initiatives to boost our market, our index, and in the next couple of months or weeks, you know, we should see positive traction happening. A lot of the cleanups has happened in the banking sector, and we're seeing investor confidence is going to get boosted as time goes on.
Would you say that the merger and acquisition activity that we're starting to experience within the pension fund administrator sector, do you think that this is also a vote of confidence that we're starting to see a little bit more action occurring?
Yes, definitely. You know, you have to look at the PFA sector. At a certain point, early in the 2000s, it was at 600. The assets under management were at $660 million, and now it's about $10.9 billion. That's a huge growth rate. You know, Stanbic IBTC controls 14% of the PFA market, and we're going to see a lot of the PFAs merging to try and garner up economies of scale. We're going to see the PFAs focusing on the non-formal sectors. We already hearing that ARM is about to make an acquisition of probably Fidelity's PFA, thereby picking up their customers. We're hearing things about Amana probably doing a merger too. So the sector definitely looks like good things are about to happen. The growth rates in the sector has been phenomenal. Yeah. So we expect good things coming out of the PFA market.
And of course, this adding to the overall positive outlook that we could experience in Nigeria. Another interesting point, let's touch on the moves to liquidate Nitel. We know that Globacom has come through with a bid to acquire the Nigerian Telecommunications Limited, and that's called Nitel, of course. Is this the best move, would you say, privatizing this company?
Yeah, you know, privatization is definitely good, but it has to be a well-guided process and a very transparent process. You know, right now, the government is saying, we're hearing things about a guided liquidation, whereby telecom companies can come in and acquire these assets or acquire the entire entity. And, you know, when you look at Nitel, you basically have to do a SWOT analysis for Nitel. You have to look at the strengths, which are some of the assets they have, you know, currently, their buildings, their antennas, their transport and switching networks. But then you look at the weaknesses. A lot of these assets are deteriorating over time. But then we look at the opportunities, our huge population. And, you know, we keep looking at threats, the competition. And when you think of it, Nitel's a good play, but, you know, you have to be very strategic and systematic about your acquisition. We know MTN was looking at picking up some specific assets in Nitel. I don't know if they're still interested in that, but, you know, as time goes on, it's a good play.
Okay, well, let's just touch on the fact, I mean, good play. Let's just touch on the fact that we know that these telecommunications companies, in a sense, are also very strategic to a government. Do you think that it is the best move? And I go back to the fact, and you mentioned we need to do a SWOT analysis. We're looking to privatize the sector because it's not doing well. The companies are ailing. Shouldn't it also be in the hands of the people that own it right now to ensure that there is a financial turnaround for the company?
You can look at it from two sides. You know, you can say the people in the sector right now should pick up these assets because they're better at managing it. But you can also say investors should have a chance to get a piece of the pie, which is why I personally feel they should. The investors should be allowed to pick up like a 50% part of this, and the other part should be listed on the exchange. It should give the public a chance to buy into Nitel, yeah, to own their property. You know, so.
Yeah, so let's just also let's move on to the oil sector with regards to oil licenses. What kind of scenario are you foreseeing into this year?
The key issue with these oil licenses and the bidding is it's all about transparency. In the past, it's been connected people buying these oil blocks and probably selling them to IOCs, international oil companies. And the government is trying to change that. It's trying to create a transparent process that's fair and equitable, whereby qualified bidders can come in and bid. We've seen problems in the past with the Korean National Oil Corporation buying this oil assets, and it's getting revoked. So there's a lot of risk in actually buying these assets, because when the next administration comes in, you don't know what's going to happen. So it has to be a fair and transparent process.